Begitulah menurut Quraish Shihab, seorang cendekiawan ilmu Al-Quran. Seni menurut beliau adalah ekspresi roh dan budaya manusia, suatu fitrah yang membezakan manusia dengan makhluk lain. Seni apabila ia membawa manfaat bagi manusia, mengabdikan nilai-nilai luhur serta memperhaluskan rasa keindahan dalam jiwa manusia, maka agama Islam turut mendukungnya dan tidak menentangnya.
My name is Awang Muhammad Shafiq Izadi. I am a freelance graphic designer and full-time creative media lecturer. Graphic design for me is designing something digitally for physical or digital purposes. Prints lah tu maksudnya, and can be also for merchandise lah. So for today, I'm gonna meet my client. My client asked me to design something last week, and now I have to meet the client to review my drafts lah. I came up with 3 drafts, and they wanted me to design a logo based on the SOAS bridge, and they also wanted like a sunset theme. It took me around 1 week to come up with these 3 drafts. Yeah, just 1 week to design the drafts lah.
Maka, jika seni adalah keindahan, apakah pula gelaran buat mereka yang dianugerahkan untuk menghasilkan seni-seni yang indah ini? Siapakah mereka?
For this meeting, I'm actually both nervous and excited. Nervous pasal I'm not sure what they think of my design. They might have some negative reviews or feedbacks, but then again, I still have to be ready lah for the feedbacks. My involvement in graphic design, actually, when I was younger, I did a lot of photo editing. And then when I got into Polytechnic Brunei, di sana mengambil jurusan digital media. Di sana kena ajar lah banyak teori pasal graphic design, pasal color theory and all that stuff. Sana mula minat lah graphic design, and then after graduating from Polytechnic Brunei, di sana terus minat untuk mengambil kerja sebagai graphic designer. My usual meeting checklist sama klien, of course we have to know the place di mana, the date of course, and also the time lah. Time can be the duration as well, so we need to know how long the meeting is, and of course the agenda of the meeting. So agenda is usually macam what they need from me or what I need from them. That's usually the checklist lah. One of the first projects that I worked on when I worked as a full-time graphic designer is this 2 poster designs, UI UX sprint and also CGI sprint. This is a part of National Youth Day, because this was a really big poster and this was displayed at our airport lah. They displayed these posters at our airport, so I need to work on a bigger scale. So that was really heavy for my laptop as well. So that was both challenging and something I'm really proud of lah. So most of the time, my clients, dorang sendiri yang offer. Macam, can you design this for me? I will pay any. So eventually I would just take it lah. But other than that, when it comes to payment and ija, one thing that I faced before is when I charged too low. It became not an issue, but kind of like dorang ende jadi pasal they feel like it's too low and it's not trustworthy enough for them to take it. Yeah. Even though I'm in this industry a few years sudah, I still struggle with charging myself juga, because I still don't know my standard, or macam if I compare to other designers, how much I would charge myself. So the rates for me is still a struggle lah. Most of the time, after reviewing the drafts, of course they have their own opinions on the draft, so they would want to have some changes lah. So they would ask me to make amendments apa. So even though this is not a surprise, it's also sometimes macam like, because I was excited to show it to them kan, but with their reviews I was a bit I was a bit sad lah. But above all that, I need to take the comments as well to improve my design. So when it comes to stubborn clients, I think dari awal I need to set the limits lah. So with the rates or the charging itu, I would tell them this is only maximum up to 3 revisions. So after 3 amendments apa, then I would tell them to stop. Macam that's, if they want to make more than 3 amendments, then they have to pay extra lah. How do I deal with them je? It's always to update them lah. If anything, macam if I want to, if I need more time to design, I think that's important because if I rush my designs, it wouldn't look as good. Okay, so my tips when it comes to dealing with clients, first is to always be professional. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're dealing with your friends ka, your families ka. When it comes to your business ani, you always have to be professional and don't make it too personal lah. Okay, and then my second tip would be the deadlines. So when you are discussing the deadline with your client, make sure it's a realistic deadline lah, not too close to the dates apart, because then you wouldn't have the time to do it lah. Don't be too hard on yourself because when it comes to designing apa, you need to have the flexibility, you need to have the freedom to think creatively lah. Because when you're too hard on yourself, you might get a creative block.
Terdapat satu sisi kesenian yang jarang kita ketengahkan, iaitu creative block. Pada dasarnya, ianya adalah keadaan yang mencegah seseorang penghasil seni untuk berkarya. Tekanan yang kuat untuk menghasilkan seni yang terbaik akan menyebabkan perkara ini berlaku. Akhirnya, seni menjadi begitu rumit sehinggakan tercetusnya burnout yang cukup melelahkan para sang karyawan. Namun begitu, jika burnout ditangani dengan baik, ianya bahkan boleh membantu menghasilkan seni yang lebih menarik dan sangat luar biasa.
With my day job kan, like after work itu, I would usually spend some time with my family first, like dinner apa dulu, and then I would focus on my designs after that. Especially on Sundays, itu strictly just for family time.
He's a good brother. Like he bring us out, like all of us, to dinner, and we just have fun lah. Yes, he's like a good artist lah. Like his style is very good, and I want to be like him.
One of the things that I like about designing is I get to showcase to other people my imaginations and like how I my perspectives for the things that I imagine. When I was in primary school, I think kalau the subject art, that's always been my favorite subject in school lah. And I've always liked the idea of mixing and matching the colors. So that's why I like art dari dulu. Most of them indah pulang, but I know some of them have the potential to do art. For example, my sister here, she likes to draw. Even on my tablet she likes to draw lah. My parents, they were not that surprised pulang. So macam mandang kesenian itu, it runs in the family, but at the same time it was hard for them to accept juga pasal it's not like a typical job nowadays lah. But if you want to know more, you can ask my mom.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama Aunty, panggilan Liza. I'm Syafi's mom. Pandangan Aunty lah, rasa bangga, gembira kerana mendapat anak yang begitu hardworking juga and talented. Alhamdulillah, orang pun menerimanya dengan baik. Bakat seninya dari his father side, his late grandfather merupakan seorang pelakon dan pernah mengarahkan drama-drama Brunei. Masa mula-mula Syafi involved pasal career seni lukisan ni is not typical in Brunei, right? Rasa macam bolehkah diterima ni, and then sudah lama-kelamaan ada rasa confident itulah. Macam first dia punya his logo yang pernah dipaparkan di skrin besar tu, that's okay, alhamdulillah. As a mom, Aunty berharap seni lukisnya akan menjadi inspirasi kepada belia-belia di luar sana, dan semoga Syafi berjaya terus dan mudah-mudahan seni lukisnya dapat diterima di luar, hingga ke luar negara.
Also known as Apakan Fiza. I'm 31 years old and I'm a videographer, photographer, and a content creator. I know him because circle of friends. When I met him as being a mother, as a talent with him, belakon sama-sama. Also that I know him when we do content together. There's a viral video that about Raya, like ada yang buat ampau, sorong-sorong slow motion. It's like a Raya Gelambak, and then we did it in a Brunei in a way.
So for this episode, we're doing Sosi, singing along with Chef Izadi and Fiza. Yeah, hi guys.
Okay, mas saya kerja, ia tegas, serious, but very, very organized. Tapi mas saya dia macam santai sama kawannya. He's a joker. Jarang kami ni dia pernah ketawa lah sama-sama. And he's very compassionate, he's very honest, and he's very caring.
I would usually look for local designers. I would look at their designs because they're the ones that I look up to, and I think like I can relate to how they work here lah in Brunei. So that's how I get inspired. But other than that, I can also go through Pinterest because Pinterest has a lot of inspirations that I can find from. And I think some people would like to go out and find inspiration because they can find inspiration from places, buildings, venues. So the most important aspect in my art, I think, would be the messaging. So when it comes to designing something, I want the message to be delivered to the audience, sampai ke audience lah. And other than that, I wanted to kind of like reflect my life as well, and of course the color theory, which is very important in my designs because that will represent or symbolize the messages and also the meanings in the design.
I mean, just look at him. Art is something that he's really passionate about.
Yes, I do actually. When it gets too tiring, I will take my rest. But I try to be as productive as I can. Whenever I have free time, I will be productive lah. But if I'm like macam luan-luan ngaleh, then I will rehat. Hobbies, I do actually. So other than graphic designing, I also like to do photo manipulation on Photoshop. Okay, so these are some of the recent projects that I've worked on. Okay, so we have the poster remakes here, the original posters as well. So most of the time it's like movie posters or anything that I'm interested in lah. Yeah, so amongst all these posters, this is the one that I'm most proud of. When it comes to integrity of an image, for me personally, when I edit pictures, I want to make it look as realistic as possible and not too obvious that it's edited. So I would say integrity would be a part of things that I look into lah when it comes to photo editing. Right, so our topic today is graphic design. Okay, have you guys heard of graphic design before? Good design for me, I think, if you know visual hierarchy, is when people look at it and people know what to look at first. You know what to highlight. You know what the audience want to look at first, and basically not too messy lah. Have good color. For example, macam what I teach my students, color theory. That's when you can choose the good color scheme. And for most of my projects, I usually use the complementary colors. Okay, so that is all for today. Thank you guys. See you next week. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Most of my designs, I'm usually always proud of my designs because these are the things that I work hard on, and I usually have a lot of messages behind my designs, and it's usually something that I'm proud of. If I didn't think of it that highly, I wouldn't really publish it, or I wouldn't really make it the final design. So yeah, I would rate my designs high. Yes, so from our meeting the other day, I finally taken your words and I'm gonna show you the final design now, okay? Right, so here is the final design, okay? So the meeting went well, alhamdulillah. I showed the final design to him, and with all the comments that he gave last time, I made the amendments lah. So everything is okay sudah, alhamdulillah. Okay, so the procedure after everything is approved sudah, what I would usually do is to email the final logo, and also if they want the project file as well, I will give it to them, and then I will give them the invoice lah. So in the invoice, I will let them know the pricing and where to transfer the payment. feel very proud of my designs yang akan publish. Specifically for this project, even though it's a small print saja, I still feel very proud of this lah, because again I work hard on it, and then this is kind of like my achievement lah, John. Okay, if I have to choose, I prefer working for myself, because then I will have more freedom, more flexibility. But professionally, I will still have to work with clients if I want to have the source of income. So it's a challenge that I also like to take lah. Creativity is more than just sketching and designing. For me personally, I think what's a good design is a good visual storytelling.
Sudah kita maklum bahawa fitrah manusia begitu menyukai keindahan. Bertuahlah para karyawan kerana berkemampuan menyalurkan sesuatu yang halus sehingga memberikan impak positif kepada sesiapa pun.
I think if it's really their passion, I say just go for it. They just have to be confident with what they're doing. When it comes to source of income, even though it's not as expected as a source of income kalau macam if you work government, but it's okay, because if you like what you're doing, it wouldn't even feel like work, macam buat hobi saja.
Mereka, para karyawan, tidak hanya memertabatkan budaya bangsa dan mewujudkan peluang pekerjaan, bahkan mereka inilah juga aset yang penting dalam memacu negara ke kemuncak kemajuan.